You thought you could just go on Twitter, be this guru overnight. Nah, man, you gotta put the work in, baby. You gotta study, partner. You gotta take some bumps and bruises, man.
Yeah, heat maps is based on trend line detection, right? So it's very similar logic. Heat maps, however, is based on multiple time frames. So we're on daily. This heat map takes weekly, daily, and 65, or I'm sorry, weekly, daily, and 4 hour into account. It's the time frame you're on and the two on the outside of it, right? The two closest time frames, one up, one down. And it attempts to identify a path of least resistance. Let's zoom in a bit, right? Red areas, excuse me, red areas are areas with a lot of trend lines in that area on these various time frames, right? And dark areas are areas without a lot of trend lines. So the way you read this is it'll be easier for price to move through the darker area than the red area, right? It's not like rocket science. We consider this to be experimental, but it is what it is.
This is the one that drew me in when I first got access. I started playing with this because it was painting what I consider like order blocks, like very similar to like what Rainbow Trends paints. So I was like, and I was trying to like on paper backwards engineer like what you guys had come up with. I was like, this one's
I'll tell you exactly how it works. Like you don't have, you could have asked. We believe in radical transparency. What this does, imagine a chart with a grid. You can kind of see the boxes on the grid in the red, right? And every time a trend line passes through a box on that grid, it gets a little more red, right? So the more lines that pass it, the redder it is, and the redder all the boxes below it if it's under price action, or above it if it's above price action. That's it.
That's
like
cool.
It's not that complicated.
Can you pull up Bitcoin on this one?
Yeah.
So I want to look at your bear flag or your bull flag.
Yep, there you go. And let me refresh this. So here's what it looks like with current updated analysis.